Hey, thank you for joining us for episode 5 of Foolish Banter Radio, the first ever live episode here on Twitch. I'm joined, as usual, by my 3 co-hosts. Oh, first of all, I'm Brad, obviously.
This is Edwin.
Steve.
Keith.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Keith's pretty good, man. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. So yeah, we're going to be trying to do this every bi-weekly. Every other week, actually, to
Bi-monthly.
just get it going a little live and see if we can bring some people in. We're not changing anything as far as the regular podcast go. We will still release the edited, shorter version on the iTunes and SoundCloud and all that jazz. But yeah, what's been going on with you guys? Anything new?
No, for me it's pretty much been same old. Just adjusting back. Had a couple birthday parties the last 2 weeks for friends.
You had 2 birthdays? Oh, okay, for friends.
Not for me.
I was like, for you, man.
Mine was over a month
How
ago.
many birthdays you get? I know, I missed your birthday. I was going to tell you happy birthday like the next day on the podcast, but then I totally forgot.
It's all
You know
good.
his birthday? Because I never want to like tell people happy birthday on like Facebook and stuff. So I always just forget
That's
to.
stupid.
I don't like it. I don't like saying it on Facebook.
I know,
it just
it
doesn't
is.
seem. I always want to tell them in person, or even like a text is better. I forgot Matt's birthday.
Dude, get out of here.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna
Oh my
buy him
God.
something when I see him and tell him.
So yeah, we got Keith rocking the game for us
Dark
today.
Souls 3.
He's gonna be playing Dark Souls 3 while we chat it up. He'll be chiming in, of course, as he's one of the co-hosts. So yeah, anything new? I got some things that have been happening. It's been an interesting last couple weeks.
Go for it.
So got a new job.
What did you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna be working security.
Oh, hell
Tomorrow is my very last day where I currently work.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, well, that'll be pretty good. And on my way to work the other day, some lady hit my car.
What?
Yeah,
The Explorer?
my Escape. Yeah.
Oh, the
Explorer.
Escape.
I'm driving
God
an
damn it.
Explorer. Yeah, my Escape, man. I was, oh man, it sucked. I was driving in the left lane, just maintaining my lane. Nothing special. I wasn't making any sweet maneuvers. And this lady came from turning onto a cross street, turned right, and then she went right into my left lane and fucking right into my right front panel of my car, dented up and everything. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I was pissed, but I was like keeping my cool and everything, and we pulled off and everything. I was gonna be nice and cordial and everything and get it all done. But the first thing this old lady does when she gets out of the car goes, "Why'd you hit me?" I'm like, "You motherfucker. Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "Look at my car. Look what you did." I'm like, "I was just driving my lane. You didn't even look and check my blind spot." She goes, "I looked. You weren't there." She goes, "You must have been speeding." I'm like, "Lady, I drive for a living. I'm not going to risk getting a ticket just driving to work." And she's like, "No." She's like, "When I pulled up to the light, my light was red." And I'm like, "Which means my light was green." And she's like, "No, you must have been trying to beat the yellow light or something." I'm like, "You're crazy." But her daughter was pretty nice, but I still haven't got that fixed yet. So I got a nice fat dent in my car. I was just starting to really love it.
Wait,
too.
which one?
My Escape, my red Escape.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, no, I didn't show anybody yet and everything, but yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
I do have something to follow up.
Bumper.
Though.
Top is light attack.
The
And my
guy that
trigger
we
is
talked
heavy
about
attack.
last week that had the messed up truck.
Mm-hmm.
When you hold
So I
the
actually
bumper
talked to
to-
him.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's the bumpers. The ones on the
He's
top.
actually
Play
selling
PlayStation.
now.
You should be used to this.
I wouldn't buy it. The tires fly off of it, man.
Yeah.
To walk
So
on.
he had it repaired. So it's working fine now, but
Yeah, right.
I mean it's just a wreck.
Did he say why he's selling it?
He was like, it's like no, it's yeah. Because I went
It's
up
just
to him
to use
and
your
the first thing I
item to
asked him
heal.
because I don't talk to him all that much.
Mm-hmm.
So my first question for me was,
Shit.
what do you?
Just
It's
wanna
like
use
why are you why are you selling the
Ruling
truck?
on that.
And he was just saying
I
that
can't do that.
Yeah, you
it's
gotta
time to
keep
get a new
going,
one.
keep
They just
going.
had
It's
that
Dark
one. I'm
Souls.
like, has it had any
You gotta
issues?
lose.
And he's like, no.
I don't
Like, really?
Maybe tire flying off in
So
the middle of
bitch,
the
that was like
freeway
less than- that was
and
a
almost
month
hitting
ago.
me.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
crazy, man.
God, yeah, but the guy's trying to sell it for a lot of money, like $20K. I mean, it's still a nice.
I mean,
truck,
yeah,
but
it's a
missing
pretty
a
nice
tire?
truck.
No,
he got it fixed.
repaired.
He got it fixed, yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, 20K. Well, why is there retirement?
Nice.
And someone ended up hitting my truck too. The little white one I've been driving. It's actually my dad's. I don't know what
The
happened.
one out there?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was I was like either at Walmart or at Home Depot, and someone like backed up into me or something. I don't
So
know
you
what
didn't
happened.
even see it?
No, I didn't see it, and
And
I
they
don't.
took off?
I'm not even sure of the day it happened. All I know is
That's a bitch.
I went to my parents' house just to check up on their animals while they were in Mexico. And I looked at the back of the truck. I'm like, when the hell did that happen? And like half the bumpers like smushed up under the car. I'm like,
God damn.
yeah, I never even noticed
Oh,
it.
that sucks.
And I can only
That
think
sucks.
of only those two places where it possibly could have happened in like the last 3 weeks.
Probably Walmart.
So yeah, and I'm like, well,
Walmart.
fucking people couldn't
Walmart.
even leave a note, saying that they wrecked my car.
Nice. Yeah, we got a pretty good show planned for today. First off, we're going to be talking about GTA or GTA-like games, followed by some superhero movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going to close it off, as always, with some stories. I'm going to start off with a story about a couple crazy people that I ran across growing up.
I hopefully
Few
tell one of
crazy
these stories,
people.
but I'll tell it not.
Okay. Okay, got you.
Crazy people stories.
Before we do that, we'll still catch up a bit. Keith, you wanted to bring something up. What was that?
PlayStation Now is quite has options, but doesn't deliver on performance. It
Wait, what is PlayStation Now?
it is
Isn't it like Xbox Live, but PlayStation?
That's PlayStation Plus.
Oh, okay. What is PlayStation Now?
PlayStation Now has all the PlayStation 3 games.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like live. It's like when you stream them off of
Yes.
off the cloud or whatever.
And
Gotcha.
I started playing one of my old favorites, Red Faction Gorilla.
That's a hard
And-
one. Red Faction Grill.
Refraction, as I
Refraction.
texted the other night.
Red Fraction.
Red refraction.
Red Refraction.
red flag. Yeah, so it's all a mess.
Oh. Don't worry, Keith. I
But-
never beat this guy either. Steve, what are you doing? Let Keith beat him.
He's talking.
all right. Fine.
But
Just
it
walk
was
to the edge.
it was like playing Paragon on 3 systems, or no, actually 4, because I've never gotten that lag out of my router before, and it just lagged so hard that it kept on kicking me out of everything. Everybody was having problems because of it. It just the only time I could play it was when everybody was asleep, except for me. It was like
Overloaded
So-
servers.
I mean, basically, I think the problem what you have is maybe the same problem I have with like my Steam Link and stuff like that. Is just the connections for these kind of things aren't exactly as powerful as one would like. They haven't gotten up to that level yet.
yeah,
As far
but-
as the technology goes. So streaming something, trying to play a video game, which requires like fast pace and everything, when you're streaming it over a network, just has just a little bit too much latency, even with the best connection available to us.
That's
But-
like the Xbox. You can stream to Windows 10 computers and stuff, and it's awful. It's like you get like constant
I've done
10
it a
frames,
bit.
and that's it. It's just bad. At least if your computer is not very good.
I've
If you're
done
trying
it
to do
a
it
bit.
to like a just a mediocre laptop, then it's completely unplayable. Even if you're trying to play Minecraft, it's just awful.
Yeah, it's problem. I heard a lot about problems with PlayStation Now, and I think I heard them before. I just didn't think about what I was getting myself into before I started. I just thought about playing Red Faction Gorilla.
That refraction grill. Freaking
Refracting
refraction
gorillas.
grill, refracting gorillas. You guys haven't even put a dent in this guy's life. What is
Well,
going
Edwin's
on,
about to
man?
go cheese it. He's not even gonna kill it. He's just gonna lead it to the edge.
Nice.
That's how you're supposed to do this.
That's how you're supposed
Beat
to
it
do
with your
Gotcha.
club at level 1.
This guy. Oh, so anything else new?
I got nothing.
You
I
got
got-
nothing.
My life is boring.
All right, we can move on to the games then. Some GTA-like games. Steve,
That
dude, playing GTA all the time.
I still play.
Hit us with it. What do you think of the game? You think
That
it is-
game has the most. It's because they update it like every freaking once a month. But
GTA
that game,
5, right?
Yeah,
We're
that game
talking
has the
about
most
GTA 5.
replayability of like any game ever if you're playing online.
Yeah, I mean they did really good with the online.
They just add like a new game mode and just new just new content like every month. Like they added the deadline, which is just basically Tron. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
The deadline? What the hell is that? What do you mean?
It's Tron, like you know the Tron light bikes.
Yeah,
You
sure.
could
Yeah.
cut each other off with the cords, the different colors.
That's the
light trails.
isometric view game mode or whatever
No, that's
thing they did.
Tiny Racers. It's terrible.
Okay, fine, I'm wrong.
But yeah, it's that game mode. It was a couple before the newest one, which is Tiny Racers. But it's just you just jump on these Tron light bikes and just face through your friends and just kill them like you're playing Tron. And it's so crazy because it's GTA, and you're like, it's so amazing how they can make the best Tron game as just one game mode in their game. It's so good.
Oh,
And then even their own take on a lot of the popular games that they remake, and all of them they're just so well done.
Yeah, like
or they're so blatantly bad that they're good.
Yeah, like they've got like beast mode where there's like a werewolf running around that's got like super jumps and stuff like that.
What?
And everybody else
In
is trying
GTA?
Yeah, I'm telling you, they add all these amazing game modes.
Oh, that's crazy. It kind of makes me want to play it now.
They've got like horror game modes where it's like one person has a shotgun and it's completely pitch black and everybody else just has flashlights and he's hunting all the people with flashlights. And in the last like 30 seconds, everybody who's still alive gets a shotgun and they just have to fight it out.
Oh man, I gotta play it now.
It's amazing. The online, yeah, I know you never played the online with us.
I played maybe a couple hours. I would get in and just like drive cars into you guys, like crash.
That's the best part of
jumps
the
and stuff.
I remember that we all did that. Remember even with Rage Cage.
Did we?
We did.
Oh,
we played
okay.
GTA a couple times. Not for very long.
Yeah, no, not very long at all.
I think I was just really killing time. So it was like right when I was first leaving Walmart.
Gotcha.
That was years ago now. It's insane how long that's been.
Damn, dude, that game, that's probably their best rendition of any GTA.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't wait for.
They had huge success with that one.
I can't wait for Red Dead 2. That game's gonna.
You think they're
blow
gonna
even
take it to that level?
I absolutely. There's no reason to. They've made more
So-
money on the microtransactions than they've made like double of just the regular game sales.
So
They'll
the
just
game's
put the
still
same
like
microtransaction.
$60.
And it's people are still buying it, and people who buy it just immediately start buying like money in the game. They start paying for the microtransactions.
Yeah.
So, the story of GTA. What did you think of that? Have you played it?
Yeah,
much?
I played it.
GTA
I don't
5.
know. I didn't really like the story. GTA
Really?
5.
I
thought
liked
was
it.
Did you
kinda
play it a
boring.
lot, Edwin?
Yeah, I mean, I played it through several times, just the achievement horde, or trophies or whatever, to get all those things on Steam. Well, I got it initially on the 360, and then got it on Steam. But yeah, playing it through several times to make sure you get all those achievements. Franklin's story was by far the best. I loved it.
That
was the only one that I liked. I didn't like.
I love the ghetto part, the whole Michael in the back seat of the car with the gun in your head.
right,
It's like,
right.
oh my god, that was crazy. It was like the start was so cinematic. It like set the stage for the rest of the game. Like,
Yeah.
it really had everything, and then it had Crazy Travis nailing that chick in a
Trailer,
trailer
yeah.
park, and they're all like on meth or whatever. It's just insane. Like it did it really well.
Yeah, Litton in the chat's got it. That's the way to play it. He says in GTA he just dresses himself like a gay Willy Wonka and wreck other players minding their own
Dude,
business.
right now I'm dressed
That's
up
all
as
you gotta
Freddie
do.
Mercury. I have the best Freddie Mercury cosplay on that character.
can't
right
you
now.
All the buckles and everything.
Yeah,
He says he-
no. It's kind of hard to do the buckles because their clothes are pretty limited. But I'm just like he's got the mustache, he's got the aviators, he's got the slicked hair, he's got the white tank top and the white pants. So good.
Yeah, he says he wrecks other players minding their own business, but can you mind your own business in GTA?
It's
Unless you turn that passive mode
Yeah.
on, but then you're missing out on GTA.
What is minding your own business in GTA? Like you just walking down the sidewalk, like
Trying to
do
casually
races,
get into your
trying to do
paid
races
for
to get
car.
money. Yeah, upgrading your car.
Well, it
Gotcha.
happens a lot where me and a couple of friends will just be on there and we'll be minding our own business. Some random, like one guy will come over and kill one of us, and we have this mentality where we're like, if you mess with the crew, you mess with all of us, and we will make anybody who does that, we will just fuck with them until they leave that lobby. And we do that. Oh, that's how our nights
freaking
devolve into
trolly,
that
man.
every single night, where it's like we'll just be messing around for like 4 hours. The last hour is us killing one person over and over again from every possible angle until they leave the lobby. It's like, don't mess with random people.
I remember used to do that all the time when I first started, or back when I played GTA. But there was one guy who was probably like level 90 back then. No, or maybe not 90, but definitely up there.
Yeah.
And it was just me and a couple of my friends, and he whooped our ass every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we couldn't kill the one guy because he had a gun that we didn't have access
Yeah.
to, and he just kept mowing us down.
That's like at least the three of us that play mainly now, we're all over 125. I think it's 125 or whatever, where you get the chain gun. So you have every gun unlocked, and it's just like nobody can... Even if they're in like heavily armored, it's like if we hit them with like 3 rockets, they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody flies by in a jet, we're like, oh, we have homing missiles. Like, and if they still have an advantage, then we're always in like the crew thing where the leader can make it so we're invisible on the radar and the cops ignore us. So it's just like there's no way.
Yeah.
Keith, run!
I did
run,
want to
Keith.
touch back on the on Red Dead. So I'm excited. I mean, as far as RPGs go, or an open world, that was probably my favorite one.
Oh, it was so good.
GTA
From that.
fall damage.
Yeah.
So
That's a little bit...
as far as like open worlds go, that one was probably my most immersive one that I felt.
Red
Just
Dead
'cause-
Redemption, right?
Yeah.
Just because all the NPCs, like that crazy grave robbing.
Oh yeah, the guy.
Golem
Yeah, the
looking
guy. The
dude.
crazy.
It was a good game. I'll
It
tell you
was.
that much.
The online of that was really.
That was the first. I remember Steve and I got that game right when I switched from Xbox 360 and I bought a PS3. And I got that game and Little Big Planet, and we were playing that game, and we found out that our neighbors, this is when we didn't have internet, our neighbors' Wi-Fi was unsecured. So we jumped on that, and then we played Red Dead Online, and we're like, oh shit, this is awesome.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
laggy. And
Yeah,
It's so bad.
It works sometimes.
But one particular, the best memory I have of Red Dead is there was an achievement. I guess it was a trophy because I only ever played Red Dead on the PlayStation. But there was a trophy for riding from the bottom left point, or it was like the top right, but to the opposite point
In like 2
one day.
minutes or
yeah,
one
it was
day,
one
yeah.
day, and it was like it's the best memory because I have to do it online. So I'm just riding past these people, and they're like just watching me on them. They're just like over there, like fighting bandits, and they just watch me. I just ride by, and I just nonstop rode that horse from one end of the map to the other, and it was just
crazy.
It took like 10 minutes too. Like that's a good achievement right there, just for
Yeah.
doing something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm. Or like even the first time going down to Mexico and what was the first quest that you had to do in Mexico?
That one where you first go to Mexico and that song started as you were riding
that
down
was
there.
so
That was
epic.
awesome.
Oh my god. That's what I'm saying. Like Rockstar knows their cinematics.
they
know-
do
know
now.
how to make it
Before
feel good.
they weren't near as good.
GTA 4
it took
was
them a
pretty
lot
bad.
of
I
work.
really
It took them a
did.
lot of
I
work.
hated the
4.
story. I don't know why. It's like I'm not opposed to Eastern Europeans, but that story was so bland.
It
and
was.
awful.
It was like even like down to like the color of that game. It just looked really like gross and dirty.
It looked
and
yeah.
bland,
It looked like
And that was kind of their point because it was supposed to be New York, but it was just like I don't want to play and wander around this disgusting city.
it just felt dirty. I mean, I loved Vice City. I mean, those older games where the main
San
character didn't
Andreas
have a
was-
voice.
Was amazing.
That was great. Oh yeah,
San
CJ.
Andreas, I think that's the one I played the most.
Getting buff in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
With
sitting
the
there.
mohawk. With the
Yep.
mohawk.
No, actually, I was nice. Or I wasn't nice, but I wanted. Back then, I was super into Undercover Brother. That Eddie Griffin movie. Yeah. So he had like CJ had the big ass afro with the mustache, and he was
guy.
buff as shit, and always had like a white tank
Yeah.
top on and like shorts, and he just looked as ghetto as he possibly could. And I'd go everywhere around in just the bike.
I love the bicycles. That's another reason I was doing the Freddie Mercury thing is because that song was stuck in my head. The bicycle. I'm just get Freddie Mercury and ride around on a bicycle.
Is that Bohemian Rhapsody?
No, well that's
No,
the
the
song's
song's
called
Bicycle.
But
Oh,
it's
it's
the
the
Queen
Queen
song.
My issue with
Just so
the
you know, you don't have to
GTA.
fight this guy.
He wants to prove it to himself.
Yeah, you can do it. You
He's
can do
harder
it.
than the boss.
There you go. My issue with GTA 5 was primarily, I mean, I imagine the stories were fantastic, but my problem was I wasn't a huge fan of the whole switching between 3 different stories.
Oh man,
I wasn't a fan of that at all. And so, Red Dead, the new Red Dead, apparently is going to have like 9 stories you switch back and forth between.
Well, I just
That's
hope
gonna be crazy.
one of the problems I had is when you get stuck on a character. Like they force
Like when
you
you
to be a
yeah.
character. Yeah. Like when you first get Trevor, and you have to be Trevor until you get all the way to the city, basically. I'm like, I'm so done with Trevor. I want to go back to the other two
because their story was so well developed by that point.
Yeah.
I think it's more an issue of where they made you do that in the other two characters' stories, as opposed to it actually just cutting to Trevor. Because if Trevor was the first one introduced, that would have been a hell of a way to get you into GTA.
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh my god, this is disgusting, and I love it.
If he was the only character, I would have definitely probably beat that game.
You know, I didn't recognize...
Or any one of them, really. Any one of them.
Yeah, I never recognized the voice actor for Travis before. But then...
Trevor.
Or Trevor. But then playing through... there you go. You won.
There you go, Keith. Yeah.
That's exactly how you teach
it.
Put all those souls.
Yeah,
Then
Keith.
you can't level up yet. You have to beat the boss before you
And
can
then
do
and then playing through The Walking Dead, or listening through all the episodes,
Yeah.
he's in there.
Yeah,
Really?
the latest season. Yeah, another
And
season.
you'll recognize him the second
Yeah,
you see
because
him.
no, all the actors look exactly like the characters in the game.
Yeah, they
Oh,
wear
really?
the,
They
the
did-
motion
yeah,
capture
the
outfits.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and he's also in the first season of Westworld.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he looks exactly the same. It's just like this is
The
a
crazy
cowboy
hair.
Trevor.
Interesting. Yes. So another thing that the new Red Dead is supposed to have, which this touches on what Litton said on the stream here. He said his best memory of Red Dead was just spending hours upon hours of killing animals, ruining the ecosystem.
Well, yeah, you
But
had to do
I
all those
think-
stupid little quests.
I think in the new one, I heard someone saying about how it can actually affect the ecosystem. You can literally you can kill all the birds
Wow.
and stuff like that. It's supposed to have that much detail, but it might not. That might just be
As
a
long as they
rumor.
actually have animals
Yeah.
online instead of like GTA, where they still never put animals online.
There's
Even though they said
there's
they were
animals
going
in
to.
GTA.
Yes, there's in the campaign. There's
There's a
everything.
desert there.
There's
huh?
peyote plants.
Mhm.
There's like 13 of them or something on the map. You can turn into all the animals and play as like sharks
What?
and stuff. Yeah,
Get out
it's
of
a pretty
here.
fun little Easter egg.
Nice. And then another game that I've been playing that is not GTA. I picked up because it went on sale, $35.
This is the bus.
It's Mafia 3.
How is that? I was curious.
Ew.
So
Ew.
I've
Figure it
played
out.
probably about
played
halfway
two.
through the game. I love the hell out of
Yeah,
two.
play just
Two was
play Mafia.
two was
2.
good.
awesome. I
game.
love that game. 3,
You gotta find
I do like. I like
just looking
the
around.
I like the time frame. It's in Vietnam times.
Mm-hmm.
I like it's in like the swamps of Louisiana. So you're like doing drug running through these swamps and these boats, and there's
bootlegging?
gators. There's gators. I went swimming with the gators one time
down
just to
in
see
the
if it would
bayou.
eat me. I was like swimming around its
The
tail and
Louisiana
everything.
Bayou. You go down in the water, you don't.
So
come
for
back
the
out of
story
water.
is okay. I would probably give it about a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
My main
You're still a
issue with it is the little fundamental problems with it, such as there's no jump button.
It's no jump.
There's no jump button. You can't jump in that game
Well,
unless
that's
you
always
go.
been the Mafia thing,
Yeah,
right? They never let
but
you jump.
I
They
feel like
anchored your ass to the
I feel like I
ground.
remember Mafia 2. You could jump. Maybe I'm
No, I don't
wrong,
think
or
so.
maybe I
I
just
don't
got used to
remember
games letting you jump. But yeah, it bugs me that the only time you can jump is when you run up to a ledge and pull yourself up.
Walk onto it.
The game has actual real Playboy issues that you can find and read.
Really?
Yeah. It has like Vargas posters, which are painted like naked women and stuff like that. But the main antagonist is antagonist or protagonist or whatever the word is. He's this really buff, half black, half white guy.
Oh, nice.
Kind of looks
So-
like The Rock a little bit.
Oh,
He's,
really?
he's like
Yeah.
buff Obama.
That's a good one.
But yeah, but he's badass. You can totally see him because he's like military trained and everything. He's got a nice car. But the story isn't bad, but it's just those fundamental problems. There's a lot of glitches going on in it. Like you'll walk into an area and cars will fall from the sky and stuff like that. And one time I walked into a room and cars were stuck in the ground and they're like crashing into each other, causing huge explosions and shit like that.
I mean,
was pretty
that
wild.
stuff kind of happens in GTA Online. Like, you'll just be driving and a car will just explode because it just collided with some geometry or something when it was off screen.
Yeah, and it's really subtle. You walk by, it's like smoking, like, oh, that's not good, and then it's on fire, and then it blows up much faster than it should have, just because
With everything-
the load is weird.
I make clips of this all the time, but we'll just be driving and there'll just be like floating cars in the background because of lagging. Like, what the hell is going on?
But yeah, the antagonist of is it protagonist or antagonist?
Protagonist is the main character.
Yeah.
Okay,
Protagonist is
the
main guy.
protagonist of Mafia 2 is actually in this game. He arrives in this game. He's like an old man now, but he actually, spoiler, he becomes one of your lieutenants.
Really?
Yeah. So Vito Scaletti.
Yeah. Wow, for real?
Yep.
Jesus.
Literally, he's awesome too, man. But he's like old. He's like I don't want to deal with any of this shit anymore, man. This is bullshit.
That's
but,
badass.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
There's-
I heard that game was pretty awful.
I mean, like I said, it's nothing special. I don't think it's as good as Mafia 2.
I think what it is usually when games like that happen, the issue is not really with the game itself, but that other games were so much better that it just made them look worse.
Yeah. All the other games outshine it. By comparison, it doesn't stack up.
Mm-hmm.
But what is? So let's go back to Rockstar. What is your guys' all-time favorite Rockstar game?
GTA 5.
Oh, in
No,
terms...
no, Rockstar Table Tennis.
What?
Midnight Club 3, dude.
Dude, you got LA Noir, stuff like
Midnight
that.
Club
I didn't
3.
like
Midnight Club 3,
Midnight
really?
Club 3. Yeah, I spent...
You know what mine is?
What's that?
Bully.
Bully? Oh my god, that's old.
That game is so good, though.
Like 20 years
it's
old
GTA
now.
and you're a little kid beating up other little kids, man.
That's
you're-
wrong. It's terrible.
You're like,
Well, it was a
you're
good
like,
game.
you're
Child
like,
abuse.
you're like tackling jocks and shit, and siding with nerds and using a slingshot. It's awesome. It's like Bart Simpson GTA. It's great, man. It's so good. It's on mobile now. You can get it the full game on your phone.
Really?
Yeah,
It's crazy. Phones are
It's like $10.
so freaking powerful.
That's, yeah, that is
you
insane.
can get the full game.
This
Just
game
play it
was
with a
like
controller and everything.
amazing a few years ago.
And it's what was the other one? Another open world RPG that I really loved. Oh well, The Witcher.
The Witcher, yeah.
Witcher 3.
Oh my god.
I mean, hell,
That
we could
is-
spend an entire
that has
podcast
been
talking
carried-
about
That
compared
is
to
like
GTA.
freaking
You guys are
medieval
so in
GTA.
love with that game. My
It's
problem,
medieval GTA.
my problem
So
with it
good.
is an RPG like that. I want to play
Well,
and beat the other games before I get into it, but I can't play or beat the other games because they're just awful.
If you lock on when you roll,
So
it's the
I
lower
always
it is 'cause
I
you
feel
roll
terrible when I jump into
parallel with
a
him.
game like midway.
What you can
Or like
easily-
a far sequel and everything. I feel like I'm cheating or something like
Well,
that.
in The Witcher 3, they give you that backstory. They let you choose the
Do
options
that?
that you
Yeah,
would
what
have up
happened.
until that point.
And
Gotcha.
you really don't need to know any of his backstory before that too, because it's a completely independent
Well-
story to the rest of it.
Well, one thing you do have to know is his relationships with the other characters he ends up seeing.
Yeah, but I mean,
Solely because, he ends up having sex with half of them.
yeah, but at the same time,
how's
you
the
can have-
sex in that game?
It's just like they even explain that too, like the whole thing with the difference between like
Keith, that's
how
a bonfire. You don't have to beat
He
it up.
seems to be
Trying to
have been with
check my equipment.
Trish
stuff.
and
Did I
Jennifer,
get something
but
from that?
like,
I got something from that.
he's
one
currently
creature.
with Jennifer. Like you don't need to know the
No.
the backstory because they explain why that is.
Mhm.
There you go.
actually meet Trish. Like
Equipment,
she basically
inventory.
explains why.
Hey,
Why
don't run around
he's
while
not-
you do it.
Like she's mad at him basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and it all makes sense. I know. I really loved Siri in that game. That was probably
Like the apple.
No, with a C.
the female.
Like I
Character
could
that
just
she
I could
plays.
just imagine what's his name, Gerald, run around like hey
Gerald.
Siri, where's the nearest inn?
If you guys want to find out a funny picture on the internet, it's Gerald from Hey Arnold as Geralt.
What?
Yeah,
Nice.
What are you looking for, Keith?
Nice.
It's Gerald of Rivia, I think is the name.
Gerald of
Picture.
Rivia.
Yeah, if you just Google
That's
it up.
excellent.
Thought
That's
I
pretty
was
awesome.
like aware, but
I'm gonna give you a tip. Hit Y.
Hit Y
There you go.
Boom.
That's all you
You'll do
need
more
to
damage.
Forever.
forever.
You're two-handing your weapon. so
Forever.
you'll do more
You gave
damage.
yourself a permanent buff.
Yeah, you
man.
give yourself a +1.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with
Oh,
the
Damn,
weapons.
with the
snap.
leaping strike.
Oh no,
you
this
heard
is
it.
on
go.
too.
But no, Witcher 3, absolutely. I mean, the whole switching to Ciri, playing her storyline, super dark. There's a lot of like magical components. You have to go to the freaking Scottish Isles and deal with all these Vikings.
Yeah,
I mean,
the different areas in the game.
It's
are
badass.
awesome.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that's crazy.
It was a great- it
I
was a
don't like the
well-designed
character either.
You know, I mean, a lot of people seem it's like a
I
love
hit the wrong
thing
damn button.
for
I keep-
Witcher.
Hit the
Keep
top
on-
one. Hit the
I keep,
top
I keep
one.
on sliding down to that one.
Used to play.
Yeah, anything else you guys want to touch on GTA games, or shall we move on?
Open world. I don't know.
Open world, no. Oh, there is this one game that I played a long time ago. Did you guys ever play Mercenaries? Played Mercenaries 2.
I watched
Played like 5 minutes of
my
number 2.
friend in elementary school play Mercenaries.
In elementary school.
Yeah.
That
Must
about
have been the
sums up
first one, right?
Mercenaries.
That was the first
One. I played
Mercenaries 2 was
Mercenaries 2.
also like what 10 years old now.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's an old game now, but I played that game. I went through and beat it. My the thing I really liked was how you could call in like airdrops of guns and everything.
Yeah,
and,
you get
why
the
do you keep
crates.
on
and
surviving
money,
the
yeah,
strikes?
all that stuff, man. Oh yeah, that was the thing is you would find like a crate full of money and you would call in at like a helicopter to pick it up and just drag it away. I'm like, yeah, take it to my mansion. That shit was fun, but
It was.
yeah, cool.
I enjoyed the hell out of that. Well, watching my friend play because I never actually got to do it. He was one of those guys. I feel like it's much more fun to be wanted in GTA than to be wanted by a city guard for killing some people in
Yeah.
any Elder Scrolls game.
Oh,
Just because they're not brutal enough. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
Another
Like,
Clarice.
the guards should always be able to whoop your ass until you're like level 30. Like they should be imposing.
Morrowind,
people, you know?
they could, man.
Well, yeah,
Morrowind, they
Morrowind's like the old school exception.
Even
And then
Morrowind was
Oblivion
brutal,
had-
dude.
Stronger.
Yeah, 'cause
Skyrim,
everything's
you're like
scaled.
level 1. You
If you ever got in trouble in the town of Vivek in Morrowind, the guys with the crazy suits of armor with the masks with the mohawks, they'd rip you a new asshole with their big ass maces.
The one thing about Oblivion, there is nowhere you can run. Nowhere.
Yeah, really, they will chase you forever.
Yeah.
Skyrim did
Well,
that
no,
pretty
the
good.
best part was drowning them.
That's the only
You
thing.
could lead them into the water,
They just
and
drown.
then they drown. Yeah, like I don't know
That's
if
the only
I don't know
thing-
if it was part of the game engine back then, but like as soon as they go in
Yeah,
deep
they
enough,
probably
they just
they couldn't figure out.
yeah, they just
now.
drown themselves.
Yeah, that's like Skyrim. They have the different holds, so you can just go to a different hold and
Mm-hmm.
don't care. Like, yeah, sure, you murdered entire towns worth of people over 20 feet that way, but
Yeah.
the border, you're
Yeah,
fine.
nobody's gonna care there.
So yeah, let's move on to superhero movies. There's some movies coming out, huh?
Did I start this conversation?
A couple weeks ago you wanted
Oh,
to,
yeah.
but what's
Well,
coming out?
Guardians came
Guardians
out.
Volume
that I'm
2.
gonna see
Guardians
tomorrow.
came out, huh?
It's out?
Yeah, it came out the 5th.
What the? Oh, that's yesterday. 2 days
That
ago.
was 2 days ago. Yep.
Holy shit!
On Friday.
You guys excited
I'm
for it?
seeing it tomorrow.
I'm probably gonna see it like every day this week.
So I always watch Angry Joe, and he always has his movie reviews now and his game reviews. He started the Guardians 2 review with he's like, yeah, we're gonna start. You know what? Fuck it, 10 out of 10. Go see it right now. Okay, let's start the review. Like he's like, just don't. You don't need to even watch the review. Just go see it. It's that good.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like they were all super hyped.
Well, who's
Everybody,
the
'cause you have
director?
4
Tim
people.
Gunn, right? Is it still
I have
him?
no idea. Probably.
Oh, that dude's a genius.
That yeah. I
All I
can't
know is it
wait.
forced.
That movie.
I don't even know the story of the Guardians of the
Nobody
Galaxy.
does.
Did anyone read the
It
comic
was a
books?
bad.
The only
comic
person I
series.
know
Was it?
that has read the comics book is a friend of mine who's always
no.
into those
A
weird
friend
ass
of a friend of
comics.
a friend. Damn, Keith, you almost went down, bro. What's that to your right? Some shining. Never mind.
He's trying to go.
You just
beat
want me
the
to look at
crystal.
bricks, that's
You're gonna
it.
go
The crystal
check that
lizard's already gone.
Yeah, you already killed it.
You
So,
can't kill it twice.
what about
That means those souls are all gone.
Thor? Like the
Thor?
third Thor movie.
I never liked
Is
Thor
that
that much.
out? Is that coming out soon?
It's
Ragnarok?
November, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good.
Damn, that's days away.
that
Yeah.
looks really good.
And then there's Spider-Man.
Dude, he fights Hulk again.
yeah,
I don't know.
on some weird planet.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm like, how did Hulk get there? He was all excited because he saw the Hulk. He's
You're
like,
not
that's my
excited?
buddy.
You're not excited for Spider-Man?
No, I'm super excited for
Oh,
Spider-Man. I'm
okay.
not excited for Thor. I
I do not want to see that Spider-Man. There have been way too many freaking
This
Spider-Mans,
one's gonna be
dude.
fantastic
Oh, man.
and crazy.
There have been more Spider-Mans
Gotta
than there
run
have been
and jump.
Supermans.
Yeah, when you're running,
That's
if
the
you hold D, you
Superman's
run.
gay, dude.
Dude, get out of here with that shit. Superman's the
Dude,
best.
hold D and you'll run.
Superman's
Hold it.
just-
That's why that Batman vs
Yeah, you go.
Superman movie was
he's
the
cookie
absolute
cutter,
best.
man. No. He's like
He's
Boy
the one who
Scout.
started it all.
No, it was Batman, bro.
He's the Get out
Yeah, it
of
was
here.
Detective Comics.
Batman started
Batman in the
that-
30s.
Batman was a
Another one.
detective. He wasn't a superhero.
He shot people.
Batman
down, and he was
started as a
hero.
detective.
Yep.
Superman started the superheroes. Get out of here with that.
Batman became a superhero.
Batman's not a superhero. Batman is a baby orphan.
Baby or
He's a baby orphan.
Batman's a way better superhero.
He always
'cause he's
cries.
not freaking a god that could murder
Dude,
anybody
that's
except for his one
what
weakness is
is
some
required of a
stupid rock.
superhero. You gotta have superpowers.
No.
You can't just be some rich boy. That's not a superpower.
Scott.
You're
His
you're
powers
you're
is that
entitling
he's-
Trump to be a superhero,
He's smart
Steve.
and he's very skilled.
He's smart
and he's
and
rich.
he's skilled and he's beautiful.
And that's why people like superheroes like Captain America are good because they have powers, but
They're
they're
rooted
not
in reality.
overpowered. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're rooted in reality.
That's the kind of hero that you
Captain
can,
America's a
Captain
crybaby too.
America.
Captain
is
America's a
the
crybaby
best.
too.
He was a baby. He was a little baby. He's super skinny. And
So what about
like,
those
and
movies?
freaking-
Aren't there 3 of
super
those
steroids.
movies? I saw the first two. The first two Captain America.
Well, there's
movies.
Civil War. That's closer
Civil
to an
War.
Avengers than it is a Captain America. movie.
Have you guys seen it?
It was
Oh,
incredible.
yeah.
Was it good?
I swear,
Amazing.
there's not a bad, what's it called? Marvel Cinematic
I
Universe
agree.
movie.
There's no bad ones. There's not great ones. There's some that aren't great, but
yeah,
there's
but
no
they're
bad
all
ones.
good. They're
Yeah.
all solid movies.
They're like freaking like what, like 13, 14 in now? 14 movies, and they're still making just amazing ones like Guardians 2.
The only
It's
thing
just
that's
amazing.
weird
Think
because
there's
it,
too
'cause it
many?
lacks the continuity is the
What the hell?
first Hulk movie.
You did your weapon arm. Now you get extra damage.
Yeah, the first
I need a drink potion.
Run, Keith,
Yeah,
run.
look at that, 118.
But no, yeah, that first Hulk movie with Edward Norton. I mean, it wasn't
was
a bad
that
movie.
actually-
I liked
Marvel
that one.
Cinematic
That was
Universe?
not
No, that
the
was
first
Sony.
one. That was not the
see,
first
yeah.
one, sir. The Edward Norton one was
Yeah,
not
that was
the first
not the
one.
first Hulk movie.
That was
No,
the
no.
second one.
Yeah.
The first one was absolute garbage.
Total
They refused to
that
acknowledge
was
its
the
existence.
Sony. That was the Sony.
Yeah.
They tried to make
Yeah.
it like a comic book.
It was
only
weird.
in a
They-
movie, and they had like comic book
Yeah,
panels coming up. You're like,
Hulk
what the
was
fuck
like
is happening
jumping
right
through
now?
the air, and it would show
Well,
like a
'cause-
picture of him flying and the picture of a helicopter, and they crash.
Because it was supposed to be tied in with Spider-Man back in
Yeah.
the day, you know, back when it was freaking Tobey Maguire, and they did the running comic reels. But then, yeah, I mean that bombed. The video
He's a
game. The
crybaby,
video game
too.
was super fun though. Did you
Was
guys
it?
ever play the Hulk?
I
movie?
remember seeing it where you could like get cars on your
Yeah,
hand.
you were able
Yeah.
to punch. You seriously just beat up a car with people in it. It would catch fire,
Just fucking
and then you would
murdering
use
people.
you would rip it in half and
There you
use
go.
it as
Climate
gauntlets
attack,
to
most
like
viable attack
mess
in
up
the game.
Abomination or whatever,
You gotta
or
admit,
fight the
a
military.
good Superman game would be awesome.
You can't do it.
You kind of can.
The only time it would be good is if it was off-world.
Yeah, if it was out in outer
It can't-
space
it
and
cannot
everything, he's
be-
visiting
it
another
cannot- well,
world.
It can't be on
That's like
Earth
they made a
because he
Transformers
whoops.
game that was awful,
Yeah,
and it was the
he's
worst
too
one.
He's too overpowered to have any battle on Earth.
Yeah,
be worth it.
because I mean, he even says it multiple times. If I let loose, I'll kill everybody.
Yeah,
It's just like that. That's not
That's not fun.
weird.
So,
not fun.
so
It's
I'm a bigger fan of DC. I love the hell out of Superman. Batman's pretty cool too. But what did you guys think of the DC movies? Are you excited for the Justice League?
I am, of course,
Ugh.
because I love DC comics.
I want-
Like their comic books are miles ahead of anything.
Oh, their
Marvel
comic
does.
books are
Yeah.
insane.
I absolutely adore like even the new 52 series, which I don't know if you guys.
New
like,
52 is
read
cool.
I'm about to start a football play.
New 52 Superman looks awesome.
Well, yeah, they all do. I mean, I have like 48 or 49 of those comics
Really?
now. Yeah, I
Wow.
just buy the volumes as soon as they come out,
Craziness.
and just like read through them all. But yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, hell, I love the Arrowverse, and people give that bunch of shit. So
What? That was lame.
Oh yeah, the Green Arrow. You like that, don't you?
I didn't like Green Arrow.
I like all of them.
Flash.
I mean, well, except
was the only one I liked.
except what is it?
Yeah, Heroes of Tomorrow. DC's Heroes of Tomorrow.
I like those Legends
Or
of
you
Tomorrow.
like Legends
Yeah.
of Tomorrow.
I enjoy them all. The
Yeah.
only one I don't like is the whininess of some of these Supergirl ones.
And
it's not
Supergirl, I don't watch-
I'm not even
Supergirl.
going to attempt to watch Supergirl.
Like it's not Supergirl that's bad. It's like her other supporting characters are just like super needy. It's like super drama.
Oh
That
god.
one's super drama. Yeah.
Keith, did you die again?
Yeah.
That's all right. You get to try
Welcome
again.
to Dark
We'll let
Souls.
you get in on it. I want to have a go at this.
You're gonna beat the boss in your first try.
Keith, what do you like better,
I'm gonna try to
DC
beat-
or
don't beat the boss. I'm gonna try to beat it with
Marvel?
my fists.
I think it depends on the character. I'm kind of like Superman. The only reason why I like him, even though he's an overpowered one, is
He's not overpowered. He's just
still
perfectly powered.
No, he's not.
There has to be one better than all the others, doesn't there?
No.
Yeah.
No.
well, technically yes.
Technically, by the laws of reality, there always has to be
There-
one better than the others, and there's one worse than all the others. Aquaman, but
See, this is one thing.
No, I
Jason
know.
Momoa is.
This is one thing that
monster.
makes him more of a bitch
Aquaman's gonna be
Superman
the
than
only
I.
good person in freaking the new
He
Justice
has more knowledge and more technology possibilities than the rest of them because that crystal he was given.
yeah, the
crystal he was
Kryptonian
given,
crystal
he never
technology
uses
is
it
super
though.
advanced.
He didn't even use it to make a outpost to save the Earth from a damn asteroid.
He uses them in the comic books and stuff.
Yeah,
in
after
various
after
stories,
he
always
gets
uses the
nagged and
crystals.
somebody dies or some bullshit or
It all depends. That's the thing with DC is there's always the alternate universes. I think it's the same with Marvel too, right? There's
well,
always
any
alternate
superhero,
universes.
any
Yeah.
imagination world.
So
it's like,
I mean, some of the multiverses, Keith. He uses the crystals
he
like
can
crazy.
he can be a badass, but he does
He's a badass.
bitch out at times.
And-
So how about the movies? Have you
Injustice.
seen Man of Steel?
Was not a big fan.
You haven't
Was
seen
that-
Man of Steel, Keith?
I don't remember the names
Not
very
not
well.
the newest one, but the one
First
the first of the new Superman.
Henry
movies.
Cavill Superman movies.
Is that where they're like lifting up a trunk of
oil
oil?
tanker, like
Well,
an oil building or
I
whatever.
saw a piece of Earth just getting ripped up in one of them.
Was Batman in it?
No,
Piece of Earth being
No.
ripped up.
got me.
it's like Lex Luthor got a hold of the crystals and used them to.
That's Batman vs Superman.
No,
You all lost me.
Maybe.
was-
I don't know.
They did that in that
Maybe
one too, but there was
Was
another
Lex Luthor the guy from Zombieland?
one. No, he was.
Or was he,
Yes.
what's his name?
Oh, you're talking about Superman
Maybe.
Returns
Superman Returns. That was the
And
last one you saw?
Superman.
Like many years ago?
like 10 years ago?
Many
Dude, you
moons
haven't
ago.
seen the new ones? You'll have to check them out. I'll let you borrow them.
The
so you
newest
can watch
Superman
them.
was okay, but I did not like.
I didn't even get to watch
Anything
that Superman
after that.
versus
So
Batman.
you weren't a fan of Man of Steel, huh?
I wasn't. I'm not a big fan
Beating
of
up lights, Keith.
Maybe.
like the super setup movies. So that happens like Suicide Squad. Same shit. It's like the style of movie where
unfortunately
where they
sometimes
don't-
I feel sick. Y'all talking about Suicide Squad.
well, yeah. I mean, it's the whole thing with the story is
What? No.
built. You gotta fight him. You gotta fight him. You gotta kill him.
Oh,
Damn.
Jesus, you got whooped.
I was
No,
trying
the
to parry him
whole
with
the
my
whole thing
fists.
with basing an entire movie's narrative to slow down just to set up the plot for the next one bugs the shit out of me. Like the whole Suicide Squad thing, the whole movie was them getting together. One of their characters who was a total badass becoming this Aztec fire thing and then dying, and then that's the fucking movie. It's
Yeah.
like really, and
Spoiler alert, God.
the movie's like 3 years old. I mean, come on. Well, we'll just
No,
title
but
it,
I
spoiler
mean,
alert.
Man of Steel. I love the shit out of it because it was like a proper Superman movie. The only problem I had with it is the way Jonathan Kent dies.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? He dies in that from a freaking tornado.
I thought that
Tornado?
was small.
A tornado, man. He dies from a tornado as Superman's standing right there
And he couldn't stop.
Well,
because he
was-
told him not to.
Yeah, that was the whole point. He's like,
The
"No."
whole thing with Jonathan Kent is he dies from a heart attack. Always. He always dies from a heart attack because that's the one thing Superman couldn't prevent.
Keith.
But a tornado?
There.
Are you shitting
Full
me?
health.
He could
Fucked up.
fly
coulda
around
literally-
the opposite way.
He could
and
have
stop
literally saved everyone there and took them to safety in the blink of an eye without any of them even knowing what the hell happened.
Mm-hmm.
He could move faster than anybody. And his dad's like, "No, don't do it. I don't want you to reveal yourself." I'm like, "You fucking kidding me?" That was a terrible cinematic out right there.
Yeah.
They're like, Jonathan Kent needs to die. Heart attack? No.
Oh,
Let's
you
make it more dramatic. Let's do a tornado.
You want to talk about terrible cinematic outs? Freaking what the hell's her name? Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's girlfriend. Emma Stone.
The way she died at the end. Dunk.
I mean, as the out for her, I'm like, gee, like die in the hospital or something. I was just like,
I thought it was amazing.
He's gotta save her. You figure he's gonna save her, but nope. Brutal ass death. She's dead.
Like, what the Spider-Man? He's gonna. He made it and just don't. And you're like, oh shit! Wait, he didn't make it.
I mean, they were good movies, but I felt Emma Stone deserved better. Just because I adore her.
It was
if you're listening, Emma Stone, I love you.
I love you, Emma Stone.
I know. I'm really upset because
man.
she's not going to be in any more Spider-Man movies. But well, I guess neither is Andrew Garfield. I thought that was so good. It was so brutal.
Any other superhero movies? So Wonder Woman.
I want them to do more.
I'm indifferent because she hasn't had enough screen time for me to build up anything, so I'm going in completely blind.
So you saw her in Batman vs Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was awesome.
Yeah,
I think she's going to be a fantastic Wonder Woman. They picked someone perfect. She's like hella big, tall.
I'm just wondering how they're going to tie in the Amazonians into the story.
So apparently it's pretty close to the actual thing. So the picture that you see, like the war picture where they're in there, the one that was like Captain Kirk in the new Star Trek films, or not Kirk, whatever. He is her husband, but what he did is he actually found his way to the Amazon land and took her away from there.
Oh,
so they got like married, whatever, as a peace treaty or something like that, and he came over with her, and obviously she outlived him. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Oh shit!
So the Amazon island or whatever is in it.
Okay.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty good.
The one I'm excited for and like super fanboy is
Flash.
fucking Cyborg.
Cyborg?
That one's got me so hyped, and Aquaman. Those two, like those. If I had to put my money on DC movies being good, it's probably going to be those two.
What
they
Khal Drogo?
Well, no, they haven't been done before.
No,
so
I'm
it's
talking
like
about
if you're
Aquaman.
going in full new.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Khal Drogo.
That guy's a monster.
He is.
He's crazy, but yeah, they haven't really done. They haven't done a Wonder Woman movie, have they?
No, they did that whole '70s show with that one lady.
Okay,
you can see it on reruns.
I'm excited for
CMT or whatever.
The Flash. That's it, and
I like that it's like super new high tech Flash.
Yeah,
like
he
proper
does.
Science
He does
Flash.
look pretty cool.
Yeah, he's not like leather bound or anything. He looks like he has like some sort of weird kinetic metal armor on with like lightning,
and
like Injustice 2.
Yeah, it actually looks like power superheroes. Instead of just wearing a onesie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you guys think that the worst Marvel movie is?
The worst Marvel movie?
I think Iron Man 3 was pretty bad.
You know, I would agree. Only because I haven't seen it. I heard it was bad, so I've never had the urge to watch it because I've never been a fan of Iron Man.
Of all of them,
I didn't really
the
like
first
Iron Man.
Thor
1 or
isn't
2.
that good either.
No, actually,
that's gonna be
changed my
mine.
answer. It's the first Thor.
It has to be.
Just because
I haven't
haven't
even seen the
Iron
second
Man,
one.
so-
I haven't even
The second
seen
one
the
was
second
way
one.
better than
The
the
second
first
one
one.
was good.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna check it out.
It was
sometime.
very much more tied to like the Guardians of the Galaxy style, Infinity Gemstones and everything.
Gotcha. So that
And then of course we haven't
Open
talked
that
about,
chest, Keith.
We haven't talked about
Chest?
the big ass chest, bro. It's all the gold.
Yeah, we haven't talked about what the hell is it called?
Avengers.
Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange.
Oh.
I haven't seen it.
That was
I haven't
great.
seen it either.
You guys haven't seen it? Oh
That's
my god,
fantastic cinematic.
That's
movie.
like
Good
one of,
special
one, of
effects.
the, one of the
Yeah.
better ones for sure.
but definitely bad in terms of story. It's like it's super. You know, it's one of those things where they're just rushing too fast. You know, I'd rather them do a whole montage of him learning his powers and going into a proper story than him going through the entire movie and the last 10 minutes are him finally realizing he's fucking good
yeah,
and,
like,
and does the thing.
because like it's fairly early in the movie, he starts figuring out, that he can do these things, and it's like he said, like the training montage is like 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, oh, I can't do this. And then he's like, oh,
No,
wait, I
there
can
we
do
go.
it.
I can
like,
do it all.
The training montage is he learns one thing of how to open a portal and steals a bunch of books.
Yeah.
Because he's like a super genius surgeon. I guess he's smart enough that he can just read all the books and just be like, I know everything now.
That's insane.
You
man.
have a natural gift to see into the other.
You can do it all now.
Well, that's pretty
Damn,
much how it
Keith
happened.
Haymaker in
Also,
him.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love...
too far.
I
Yeah.
love...
Now he knows you're
Marvel's,
there.
like,
He's gonna stab you.
their lead up to the Infinity Wars with all these Infinity Stones, and like each of these movies, you're like, they bring the Infinity Stones in different ways in the movies. Like
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, like you can
What
watch
the hell are
movie-
the Infinity Stones?
So the Infinity
What?
Stones are in the
I've
comic
seen
books.
like the first of a few of the Marvel.
Yeah,
movies.
so
You don't want them
there's
all in
a-
one place.
There's an outer god whose name's Thanos who's trying to collect them all. And the reason is, so all of these are scattered across all the planes of existence in the Marvel universe.
Uh-huh.
So they're all scattered everywhere because these ancient beings
I saw the first Guardians of the
once
Galaxy.
held them because that's what created worlds and had the ability to destroy
Yeah,
them.
then you know that the whole point of Guardians is for that Infinity Stone at the end, which like you remember the whole thing
The
at
purple?
the end where
Yeah.
he's grabbing the purple thing and
That's one of the
they need the
Infinity
power
Stones.
of all of them combined just to touch it, basically.
Uh-huh.
That's
Without being
the
destroyed.
Infinity Wars is about the one guy who is trying to get
All of those
5 of
stones
those
together.
Okay.
freaking 5 of them and use all the power together because
Oh.
you can
And
control it.
you can
I
see
thought
the
that was
teaser.
just. I thought that was just like Viridium from Borderlands.
No, you can see in one of the teasers at the end of one of the credits of a movie
Which
Thanos
one?
with his
One of them.
empty gauntlet.
Yeah. He
And
brings
so-
up the gauntlet and it's completely empty, but you can see all the slots.
All
for
the
Infinity
all the
Stones.
slots for the stones. So each of the stones has a different power, and when you have control of all the stones, you can create and destroy worlds or dimensions.
Oh, that's
or
right.
something
Thanos
like
is the bigger guy,
that.
not the
he's
blue
dude-
guy.
He's the dude
No,
sitting
he's
in the
the
chair.
huge
The blue guy with the
blue
hammer,
guy
yeah.
is
His little bitch boy.
I don't remember the but
Cruel.
yeah, I don't know. But
Crunk. His name's
the,
Crunk.
The
Oh.
way they bring in the Infinity Stone is awesome because like Guardians 1 is just the whole focus is the Infinity Stone,
the
so
Infinity
it's like
Stone.
in your face. There's an Infinity Stone in Doctor Strange. If you didn't know any backstory, you'd never know it existed.
No, you never know.
You would never know that there's an Infinity Stone in almost like every shot of the last half of that movie.
Yep.
What if there's one in every Marvel movie?
Did you know
Yeah.
Loki's staff has an Infinity Stone?
Yeah,
in it?
Did
so
you
that-
know
the Tesseract.
Loki's a trickster? That
The
guy?
Tesseract has one. Loki's staff, the Tesseract that gives gives Quicksilver and
the power to your mind or your
yeah.
heart.
Oh shit!
gives Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch their powers is from an Infinity Stone.
Then there's the
Oh, that's just bitch.
the Vision's Infinity
Yeah.
Stone to be able to
See, I
materialize.
don't want to
Have
keep
you
on
seen?
dying.
No, you haven't seen Civil War.
No.
Yeah, Vision's got an
Oh,
Infinity
yeah.
Stone. That's,
Well, no, he's
that's
seen
the
I'll
same
Age of
probably
one.
watch
Ultron.
them all.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
you've
seen
seen
Age of Ultron.
Oh
Okay.
my god,
All right.
I haven't seen a
you
lot of
gotta
them.
watch them. They're so
Yeah.
good.
I've seen.
So there's purple, blue,
ask me about
yellow,
the
and
DC
green.
ones. I'll watch them, but
So I'm assuming it's either going to be Black Panther or the next Thor that will find the next Infinity Stone. That's going to set up Infinity Wars Part 1 and 2.
I have a feeling that it's going to be in this Thor because I feel Black Panther is going to be closer to like a Captain America movie because isn't it supposed to be like his origin story?
Yeah, I think it is. gonna
and
be
like
partially
even
original.
even in Captain America, it kind of hints at his powers from the ring and the suit, not anything special like the Infinity Stone. So
Well, Captain America's whole premise is badass.
yeah, they just
Oh,
gave
I
him,
thought-
they just
I
gave
thought
him
you said-
super steroids.
I thought you said it's about ass. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's
Now I'm
that
feeling
one
it.
chick.
If it's just about ass, you know what I'm saying? But
Well, I mean, the women in that movie have asses. Yeah, sure.
cool. But
Cool. Asses, yes.
asses are all right in my book. Come on, Keith, you got this, man. While Keith dies, we can move on to our stories for the day. Come on, Keith. Duck and dodge, duck and dodge.
You got a lot
If you
on,
can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a giant statue.
man. You got a lot on.
All right, so
That's awesome.
start us off. I want to tell you guys about some crazy people that I remember growing up. I'm gonna start with one, and then we'll move on. But my buddy Kyle and I, he used to live over by Kmart, one of those little shopping strip malls or whatever, and everything.
Outdoor
and
mall.
one of the little stores in there was an Indian store, and that's not racist because it was literally called Indian Store.
Back in the day, that was all cool.
Yeah, we were walking by it one time, and there was these two black guys hanging outside of it or whatever. They were just
that's
talking,
kinda racist.
chatting, and everything, and And so the little shopkeeper, the little Indian guy, comes out of the store as we're walking by and looks at these guys and goes, "Hey, you motherfuckers, don't sell your crack here." We're like, what the fuck? Holy shit.
Man, I've heard this.
We're like, oh my god, man, that was gangster. It's just, don't say your crack here, motherfuckers. It was so perfect. Steve, what did you want to tell about? Gotta find it in your
I'm
house.
pretty sure. Yeah, was that was
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the one you told me about. I love. So I don't remember the story you have.
No, you were there, but
I was not there. That was the story you told me.
that was. I swear you were there. We were walking down 4th Street, trying to pick up hookers. No, I'm joking. We were walking down
As
4th
you
Street.
do,
We were
that's
like,
a
different
we were
story.
like young teenagers and stuff, but you get all kinds of crazy peoples downtown, you know.
Yeah.
And there's this guy that was just walking down the street going, "Gotta find that house, gotta find that house, gotta find that house."
One I have, it was almost in the same exact area as the "Gotta Find That House" guy, but we were walking and this guy's we just hear yelling from down the street. We're like, what the fuck? And we turn around, there's this guy yelling at a picture of a kid on the side of a bus. He's, "You need to get your fucking social security check." Like yelling at the picture of this kid, going hard, and we're like, what is happening? This is yelling.
Giving like life advice.
Yeah, to
A
this kid
picture
on
of
the
a
side
kid
of
on the
picture
bus.
On the bus. It was
Oh, that's
ridiculous.
perfect. Oh,
I'm not
man.
so sure if it was a crazy guy, but just the weird thing is, on the other side of downtown, me and Matt were going to a park, and being stupid kids, like I ran, like it's downtown, so you can kind of just walk across the street and you don't get in trouble for jaywalking. But I went across the street, like probably faster than I should have when the light was like turning red. And I get to the side, Matt's like, "Nah," and he just waits on the other side. And then I see some dude, some like Indian guy walk up to him, and like it seemed like he hands him something. I was like, okay, that's weird, but just like whatever. And I wait, and Matt finally gets across the street, and he's like, "That dude just gave me $5." I was like, "What?
What?"
He's like, he walks up here for you and gives him $5 and then runs off. I'm like, what the hell?
Nice.
Yeah,
But you
exactly.
guys got Slurpees, right?
Yeah, we bought some slushies. We bought like 4 slushies.
Damn, 4.
It was
Holy crap!
years
You
ago.
brought out Fish Face, man.
Fish face. Are we just trying to beat this guy now?
Yeah, this is as far as I got in this game.
Really?
Was this
No,
boss?
you went fastest. I played with you.
No, you beat him for me. That's right.
I don't think I did.
I remember.
No.
Yeah, what about you, Keith? Any crazy people walking down the street? Usually
Besides
you
my
are the
mom?
crazy person walking down.
Besides
Did you
my
say
mom.
besides your mom? Tell some of the
Yes.
stories about your mom, Keith.
God.
Come on.
You opened the can of worms, man.
Dude.
So
I could, but I'll leave that to you. That's your mom.
No, I'm like, this is a bad idea. I'm way too distracted by the game.
Well, that's why I
Okay,
haven't
what about crazy stories of people walking down the street? Like I said, I know you're usually the crazy one walking down the street. Nothing?
You don't hear me usually screaming stupid.
No. What about you, Edwin?
I've got nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You probably didn't live in the hardcore ghetto like we did.
No, dude, I lived on Montello, man. That was
Oh,
my childhood.
really?
Okay,
You lived on
we're-
Montello?
I lived in
We lived on
Montello.
Montello at one
Rita
point.
Cannon,
That's
Patton
a
Drive,
good
that Salvation Army, all the thugs and the.
Oh yeah, pretty close to us then. But
It was bad, dude. It
Yeah.
was a messed up place to live
Yeah.
when you were, when
oh,
you were
I
just
mean,
young.
over you remember Pepe's
Yeah,
store?
Yeah. Corner market?
That's right where Keith and Jimmy lived. Right there. We'd
Wow.
always go over there.
I lived down the
Got
street,
jumped
yeah.
there a couple times. That was when it was surrounded by black guys. I don't know why they hung out there. They just all around this little store or whatever. But that was the store we could go in and get alcohol from, and we were like 13.
Mhm.
Guy would just sell it to us.
That's crazy.
Yep. Alcohol, cigarettes, whatever.
There's another place off by close to the university that will sell too. That sells to underage. I remember it was like 16 or 17. Yeah, we were buying alcohol by the freaking case there.
Nice. We would just go buy the tall cans of like Mickey's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, this is dirty.
That
Ugh.
is, ugh. They're cheap. They're cheap.
So that's why.
He would actually,
Tastes like
you know what?
asphalt.
He would charge us up the ass for him though.
Well, of
he
course,
would charge
yeah.
like $5 a can.
See this guy, he can give a shit.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh,
It was
man.
usually him or his son who was like 22, 23. That guy didn't care. They got
That guy
fined
didn't
twice,
care.
I think.
Oh yeah,
Once-
Pepe's got shut down. There's
Well,
two
not
houses.
Pepe's. It was this other.
Well, no,
next
I
to
was
us
just
university.
saying they'll
Pepe's got
catch
shut
you.
down. Yeah,
There's those two
They're a place for all
stores
of
right there was Pepe's and El Gloria's.
Well, there's a
And then
third one.
the-
There's Barbershop.
There was a barbershop?
There was.
That's
yeah.
right, that's right. But now
Her
they're just
jeans.
houses. There's houses there now.
Yeah.
And it's all cleaned up. I remember when they were cracking down on that, you would always see like the
They were cracking down on it
giant
'cause the
sheriff
crack.
bus there and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It was
Well, that
crazy.
7-Eleven would get shot up every other week too.
Yeah, it was
Or there'd be
crazy.
some sort of turf war going on there, right? Fucking parking lot of Salvation Army.
But yeah,
I
that's-
don't even like thinking about that stuff though, because it just like it makes me cringe of how like reckless we were as little kids. That was so dangerous.
Yeah, you,
I know,
you didn't
I know.
care.
Knock 'em
You thought
off.
That was like the
Well, you
crazy.
shouldn't
can't
have
off.
to. Like, you're a
can't?
No.
kid.
There's no cheese.
Otherwise,
Well,
if
there
you're
is a
kid,
cheese, but
There's
also
always
bow.
cheese, Edwin.
You can if you hit him as he's doing his stand-up animation in the head with a bow, he'll freeze permanently.
Really?
Yeah, I know cheese for every boss in this game.
Of course.
Steve, you are cheese for every boss.
You probably wrote the cheese guide.
But how about this, Ed? When we worked retail for many years, any crazies that walked up into retail that you can recall?
No,
Can he do it?
there's some, but the stories
Come
aren't
on, jump at me, jump at me.
fresh enough in my head for them to be good.
Yeah.
What is good is the wow, what am I thinking
just
of?
cheesed him.
Oh,
No,
when I
that's just
worked
a
at
normal move.
security.
Oh, you went from? Didn't you go from Walmart to security?
Yep, that's what I'm telling you. You're in for some freaking nightmare. Working for them, I dealt with crazy every single day at
Really?
work. Yeah, because one of the things that happened was I was in charge of being a security guard over a mental health institution.
Oh boy,
So while I was there, because I was the only one with the qualifications for like for first aid and for
You have help pushing.
I think it was I can't remember the name of the thing.
CPR?
Detaining
Oh,
or being trained in how to detain people.
Mhm.
So that whole job was my big attempt to not get hit in the face. Because these people, I mean, they were completely unstable, and they would start swinging. So I would have to tackle them into the ground and cuff them,
oh my god.
and then I'd
Yeah.
have to lay on them because the nursing staff weren't allowed to touch the
where
patients.
What hospital were you doing
Oh,
security?
I'd rather not say.
I mean,
But-
could you say the location? Like,
Yeah, it's in
general-
Carson.
Oh, in Carson. Okay,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so that whole place was a nut house.
I thought it was one particular one near where we used to live that, for some reason, a fence away from a school was a mental hospital.
It wasn't West Hills, was
yeah,
it?
West
it
Hills.
was.
It was
Everyone
literally,
knows stories
the
about
most
West
awkward
Hills.
decision.
literally next
Building
door to
planning
an
ever.
elementary school. We got the mental hospital. We got the elementary school
You got the gangsters fighting for turf across the block.
across the street. Actually,
Yeah.
That's just how that shit works. back
Ghetto
then.
Apparently, that's
Reno,
like
man.
the new really bad part of town. Is that right there?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really
Because they
good.
kind of cracked down on the other area, but it's kind of switched up to that side of
These
the
guys all good guys.
elementary school.
Yeah, hit him,
No,
Keith.
hit him. You gotta beat his
You
ass.
gotta hit him.
Some of them
Gotta
might.
swing on
I
them.
know you can't kill these
Kill
guys.
everybody.
You can
Yeah.
kill anybody and everybody, man. Go for it.
And some of them have really bad consequences. Yeah, growing up there, dealing with all that crap on
That's
Sutro
crazy. You
and
lived around that same exact
Audie,
area.
Montello, that whole place. Yeah, Patton was the stomping grounds. That's where I grew up.
I remember one time me and you were walking back from, like, I think it was like Matt's or somebody. We were walking back to our house. Freaking like 6 or 8 like big ass dudes start, just walk up to us and are like walking next to us and talking, and it's like very clearly they're all part of a gang, and they're, man, you got $1 for a soda, man? Because my homie here, he gets real angry when he gets thirsty. Stuff like that. And we're just like, no, we're just going to keep walking home.
This guy. I remember.
It was me and you. You don't
no,
remember
Kyle. We went. No, I don't remember that. Kyle, we went to. Cause shit like that happened all the time. But
That was the norm.
that? Yeah.
yeah, I remember one time I wasn't there at school, but Kyle in high school was walking, and this group of guys walked up, and they're like, "Hey, you guys got a quarter for like trying to save money for a soda or whatever." So Kyle walks over there and gives the guy a quarter, and the guy punches him right in the eye and runs away.
Wow, I
He had a freaking shiner, like a black ass eye,
What
for
the
no
hell?
reason. And all of his friends were like, "Oh man, that was messed up. You gonna let him do that?" And Kyle's like, "He ran away."
What in the world?
Jesus.
I just
Kyle
remember.
was never.
I just
Yeah.
remember just on top of the roof of the hotel working with my dad, and here comes Kyle walking up looking for me, and dude's got the blackest eye ever. I'm like, damn, dude, what'd you do?
Damn.
Yeah, that place, when elementary school, I remember one time I was in Boy Scouts and shit, and you remember those little pencil dispensers, the little like gray box ones or whatever. Yeah. Well, one time I had a paper clip and we're in the gym for Boy Scouts or whatever, just hanging out, doing things. And I started messing with the lock on it with the paper clip, and I actually picked the lock to the money part with the paper clip, and I opened up and it was full of quarters. I'm like, oh! But I felt bad, so I shut it, but I couldn't get it locked.
Oh, wow.
But apparently someone realized that it was open because it got taken all out, and the next day, I guess the school complained to the Boy Scouts that someone had stolen all the money out of it.
It wasn't even you.
I'm like, I didn't even
it.
do it. I should have taken it if it was just going to get blamed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that elementary school, a couple of my buddies were twins and stuff, and we decided we could climb on the roof. So we were climbing on the roof, but they lived right across the street from the school.
Oh, okay.
So their mom saw through the window that we were climbing on the roof, and she came and fucking yelling at us like, "Get the fuck down! What are you doing?" Telling me to go home and shit like that. It was pretty funny.
Hell, we used to do that. We used to jump the fence of my neighbor's or my friend's house into this old lady's house. She was there, all day. The problem is she was like mostly bedridden, but she would sometimes take care of her like nieces or whatever her grandchildren are. And me and my friends, we would go because she had a trampoline.
Ooh.
And me and 4 of my friends, we would go there every day and jump on the trampoline. So she would try to chase us out and be like,
But she can't even get out of bed.
no, because she was like on a walker, but she was like leaning. Sometimes it had like IV bags attached to it. She would just be like, "Leave."
Oh my
Like,
god!
it was like, and we didn't care because we
You're
were
like,
just such
"Fuck
terrible
you,
children.
lady."
Yeah. It was just,
Oh, man.
It was. God, I don't miss being a kid there.
Yeah.
Just because just made me such a piece of.
When we first moved to Reno, we lived right around the corner from a guy named Jeff who had one of those giant ass trampolines. Yeah. And
Did it have a net?
everybody, no, it didn't have a net.
Oh,
Everybody went over to jump on that thing, man. Everybody knew him because he was the kid with the giant trampoline. So we do tricks and shit on that. But I remember,
Oh, is this a...
Guy's gonna wreck your shit.
I remember.
Why can't I move?
I remember Steve's friends, a couple of Steve's friends, twins. That Matt's dad used to call the ice cream boys. The ice cream boys, Ben and Jerry.
Ben and Jerry. One of them was Ben.
Yeah. There was Ben and Chris, and I was an asshole to them. I was such a bully.
So were we.
Like jumping on the
Those kids
trampoline, and I'd
hated
like
us.
kick one of them right square in the head and shit.
I
Oh,
broke
man.
my pinky. I got a boxing fracture punching one of them one time.
wow.
Like, I was so mean to his stuff. I literally. One time at Matt's, I was sitting there swinging this piece of a hose, and I smacked one of them right in the mouth with it.
Busted his
It
lip.
busted his lip. It
Yeah.
was bleeding everywhere. Matt was like over there puking at the blood and everything.
I think he still hates the sight of blood.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
It was terrible, man. Just awful.
Those poor
those
guys.
people.
I kind of feel bad, but to be fair, they were kind of assholes too, and idiots. One time we were we had gone from the middle of town where we were to all the way out to the middle of Sun Valley on our bikes. It's like an hour-long ride, and we would
That's
just go
pretty
up in
long.
the mountains up there. We carry our bikes all the way up to the top of the mountain where the radio tower is, and then ride down the other side and just go off in the dirt. And
How am I alive?
we get to this big, huge like dirt drop, and we're like, this is awesome. And we're like, be careful, there's like a rut in the middle of the road. You got to get over. We're gonna be going like 30 miles an hour.
We've been going like 30 miles an hour.
No, it was intense. Everybody gets over it fine. The last person, we were like, oh, he's scared to go. So he goes and he just eats shit. And he's just like flipping, like bikes tangled up in
One
his
of the
legs.
ice cream boys?
Yeah, and he's flipping through the air and shit. And he's like barely
legs
misses,
are up
like,
in the air and
yeah,
shit.
he like barely misses, like destroying his face on a rock and dying. And like we're all like, holy shit! And like we run over there because we had been waiting, so we kind of like rode off a little bit. We run over there and he's like all fucked up, but like not too bad. Like he didn't break anything. And he's like, oh, it hurts so bad. And we're like,
Nice.
what happened? He's like, I couldn't slow down. I didn't have brakes on my bike. We're like, why didn't you tell us? None
Didn't
of
have
us
any
would have let
brakes
you
on my
go.
bike.
He's like, I just didn't have, like, he was the only one without
I
brakes.
just
He's the
imagine
last one
someone
to go. He
doing
doesn't-
cartwheels and
He
shit.
was, he's full on, just like if you imagine a skier when they fall and they're just dun, 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 dun. It was like that,
Tumbling
only in
over
the
and
dirt
over.
with
Oh,
a
man.
tangled up in a bike.
See, when you didn't have brakes, what I always did was you put your foot in the back tire, like right where it like
you
folds over.
you don't do that when you're going down 50-degree
Yeah,
angle
but
dirt
if you put the
hill.
sole of your shoe on the tire right there where your foot's gonna stop, it's still gonna break you.
Yeah, but it's gonna ruin your shoe.
Oh yeah, I didn't give a shit about shoes then. You're
Yeah.
a kid, you don't care
Yeah,
about
exactly.
your shoes.
That's true. You go through them in like a week.
Yeah.
Fucking ice cream
But
boys, man.
It's funny because like his bike was busted and it still kind of worked. Like it was jacked up and he like barely like rode it home. But we were going back and of course we had to get up hills to get up there. So we're going down like a normal hill on the road and he doesn't have brakes, so he's got to weave while riding with one hand because his other hand's all scraped up, weaving down the road. And it was long enough ago that none of us had cell phones except for his brother. And his brother's like, "Oh man, you're pretty jacked up. You want me to call mom?" He's like, "Yeah, call her. She can just come pick me up, and it'll be all right." And so he's on the phone. He like walks out to the side. He's on the phone. He comes back. We're like, "Yeah, what'd you say?" He's like, "Oh, I called my girlfriend." We're like, "What the fuck?"
Was it a moto?
Is that what he called his mom?
Maybe I don't know. No, it was-
No.
Fucking ice cream boys. Wouldn't it be messed up if this whole time we didn't realize that all this beating up and hurting of one of the ice cream boys was just on one of them? Just one of them
we
got all the brunt of it. Damn,
the
Keith, you were just
Stop
getting
trying to
whooped
fight
by
him, Keith.
this
You're not,
Stelican
you're not
boy.
supposed to go there yet.
he's like the
Yeah.
pistol guy. You don't have to fight him.
Well, don't you get
It's like-
something from that guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he gets a
souls. You get his weapon.
his
You better get
loincloth.
that weapon, Keith.
It's a better
And his loincloth,
than the one
yeah.
you're wearing.
That's like
The
a plus
Masters-
2
Masters
loincloth.
Masters higher.
Yeah, that's just.
I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. It looks like I can only see one way in
The
the
very
other.
center of the room. Not this
Cemetery
one, but the
bash.
one
Did
you
you
went
beat
into.
the boss?
I beat it for him.
Steve.
What?
That's
I
supposed to
asked.
help
I was
him.
like, are we at the point where we're just going to beat it for him so he can keep going?
I didn't hear that.
No,
What about you, Edwin? Did you ever beat on some little kids?
I used to all the time as a kid. Yeah, I was a little piece of shit.
Were you like bully? Were just like random kids, or was it like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
friends?
No, it was random people. It was just bad.
Oh,
I got
shit.
suspended like 3 or 4 times.
Really?
I had to switch elementary schools, but I had one of my suspensions forgiven because it was due to me saying something that nobody else heard, and I got in trouble for. So my parents appealed it to the board, and they got it taken off.
Wait, you
So I was-
said something that nobody
Yeah,
else
like
heard?
when
What?
I swore or something. I said some dirty thing to some substitute. I was like in 4th grade.
Alright,
So, like,
only the
Substitute was
substitute
lying and
heard?
shit?
Yeah, and then I got expelled. And
Goddamn.
I was forced to switch schools.
You got
Then
expelled for what?
Then my parents appealed for saying that because it was like my 4th suspension in 2
Holy
years.
crap, man.
And they got it appealed, and I returned, and my parents whooped my ass.
Damn.
Whooped my
dude.
fucking ass, like with everything,
Take the souls and run.
with a rope, coat
Oh, there you go.
hangers.
Grab that shine.
What, they just lay you down and take turns with
Fucking,
different things?
better shield.
Hoses, buckets. Jesus.
Oh,
I got
crap,
messed
dude.
up. Yeah.
Where the hell come
That's
from?
crazy.
No, but yeah, I don't miss my childhood. I was just a little piece of shit.
What else happened?
Like I used to punch and spit on this one kid who used to always say things like his mom had more money or whatever. They lived in a trailer when at the time my parents had a house.
Uh-huh.
And he was just like, "Oh, we have all this money and stuff." And I
Trying to-
learned like 8 years ago or something that they both just collected disability. They never worked.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
So it's just like they always had cash on hand because they never had any expenses and they were on welfare.
Uh-huh.
And my parents were absolutely against having welfare for myself or my sister growing
Uh-huh.
up. I mean, they did for a couple of years, but they didn't do it. So this guy was flaunting all this money all this time, and I'm just like, I was so tired of it. I just beat him up like 3 separate times.
3 separate
Twice.
times.
Yeah, once at his
Potion.
house because his
Come on, potion.
mom used to use the same babysitter my mom did.
Uh-huh.
So we would go to the same person sometimes, and I beat him up there.
Beating
I
him up at
beat
his
him-
house?
I beat him up once. No, not at his house. At our mutual babysitter's house.
Nice.
And then I beat him up at school, and then I beat him again at Deer Park.
What the hell, bro?
Yeah. I hated
Speaking
that
of
kid.
Deer Park,
Oh.
I worked right over by there. And apparently one morning, a car was taking the turn off of Rock to turn left onto Prater, right there at Deer Park. He was cooking, trying to beat the light, and he went and hit that curve and flipped over
Into the park.
over the fence, broke the fence right into the rock right there.
Good God, yeah.
Damn, so that fence is still down if you drive by there. And it's been like that for like 4 or 5 months.
Good God.
It's crazy.
Oh,
But yeah, I always felt so bad when I like tried to bully people. I'd always like bully them and hurt them or whatever, and then I'd feel bad and be like they're friends right afterwards.
I was a guiltless turd.
We only beat up our friends.
You only beat
They're
up your
all right
friends?
with it because we'd beat each other up.
Yeah? Cool.
Me and my friends used to do shit
Well,
like
to be
that,
fair,
too.
it was mostly me and Matt beating everybody else. Nobody ever messed with me and Matt.
I know, it's-
we were the little assholes, but
I love how Matt being like the smallest dude of all.
but that's why he doesn't get picked on because he's the small one. So
I know.
It's like I don't want to pick on the small one.
And then
Matt-
Steve was
I was
always
the
like a
biggest
little
one,
bit taller
so-
than everybody.
I was the big one. I was the short one and the big one, and he's like,
I know,
yeah,
it
I
was
was beating
perfect.
people up. I remember one time we were messing around in the field in school. Matt found some freaking dog shit and just wiped it all over Ben's nice, clean, perfectly pearly white shirt.
Oh, damn, dude.
That's like ruined forever.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that reminds me of that stupid ass dude, freaking, I'm not even going to say his name, but some dumbass, you know what I'm talking about, who came and lived with us for
Yes,
a while.
I know. I knew before
And-
you even said that.
And he was so I swear to God, this dude had like half a brain or whatever. He
One
was
of the dumbest
the
people I've
stupidest
ever met.
things ever.
Go
But
to
one time he went in the bathroom and
In the middle.
there was no toilet paper, but there were napkins on the back of the toilet because someone was going to get toilet paper. But instead of using the napkins, he wiped his ass on a shirt of mine that was in the bathroom and like threw it in the
Wow.
corner.
He tried to wash it in the sink first. I remember that it was wet.
Okay.
Do you, like,
I don't know. I didn't play with
do you smear shit on it? or something?
Yeah, he wiped his ass with it.
Oh my God.
That was one of the
A shirt he
straw
gave
where
me,
we're like, get
but-
the hell out of our house.
But oh my God.
Why would you even keep that in the house after that shit, you know?
Well, we didn't. Obviously, we threw it away.
No, I'm saying, why did he?
I don't know. I don't know why
Fucking
he's
get rid
like
of
this.
it.
Because he was an idiot.
He was so dumb, man.
Jesus.
Dumbest dude ever. But yeah, you guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
For sure, man. All right. Thanks for listening to episode 5, our first live episode, and thanks for watching. Follow us on Twitter at
Just
I'm gonna say, yeah, at Fools Banter. That's right. Facebook.com/Fools Banter to follow us on Facebook. That's right. Go subscribe to our YouTube. Also go to our Twitch where we're gonna be doing these live every other Sunday. And the recordings will be posted a week from Tuesday.
Yep,
So-
we'll be putting it up on iTunes and SoundCloud.
iTunes,
Just so that'll always
Google
be readily
Play.
available for download. So
Yeah, definitely.
we definitely encourage you guys to download and
Share with your friends.
tell one person at least, you know.
Go
Just
tell one
guy.
person. Tell them to tell one person. Share with your friends.
Spread the love.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna keep doing this. It's fun. We enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy it too. Any final words? What are the thoughts of today?
Don't beat up your friends.
Don't
or
beat up
other,
your friends.
Or strangers.
No, yeah. You got to find that house. You got to get your social security check. All that jazz.
Gotta find that house.
That's a good one. Gotta
Yeah,
find
that
that
is, man. That's awesome. Also, as always, clean your butts.
Yeah, yeah.
Always clean your butts.
And then one final note, I guess, for since we're doing the video thing, we'll just plug the whole D&D stuff. So if there's still interest for that, for us to run one campaign or just several one-shot groups. We don't actually know yet because we don't know if there's people out there who actually would care. We would probably. We don't know if we do audio only or maybe we do it on video. Who knows? Of us just rolling dice and laughing our asses off, having fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just let us know if you want us to do Dungeons and Dragons content.
yeah.
That's
Let
pretty
us
much it.
us know on our Twitter. You know, at Fools Banter.
Twitter's for sending us the dankest of memes.
Hell yeah.
Follow us on Facebook. That's where you get all your information.
Don't
Link,
send us
comment,
Facebook
subscribe.
because they're not good.
Yeah, don't send us Facebook memes. You can if you want to. We'll transfer it to Twitter for you. How about that?
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, all right. Adios.
Have a good
Peace.
one, guys.